So this is an instructional video of how to create the negative releasing spell. Many clients ask, they've read the instructions and they don't quite understand how to exactly make it. So I'm making this video so that everyone can understand. So let's start. First off, we have our olive oil, our sea salt, our 10 or 12 inch taper candle. We have our candle holder. We have a pen and a paper that we're going to write down our negative qualities on. We have our black polyester or satin ribbon, 1/8 of an inch. We have a bowl that we're going to use to make our consecration mix. We have some scissors. We have a spoon that we're going to use to measure out the olive oil and the sea salt. And then over here we have something to scry on the candle with. Alright, so let us begin. The first step in creating the negative releasing candle is first we're going to buy us a 10 or 12 inch taper candle such as this. They're easily bought at Walmart. Alright, so we need to add the names to this candle. So the easy way to do so is I'm going to use my little tool here. It's got a little sharp point on the end. That's why I choose to use it. And what we're going to do is we're going to write these names, which you can find in the instructions, on this candle. How you do it? And you can use anything. You can use a pen or whatever you have that's sharp. And what you want to do is you want to start from this direction and write towards the wick being down here on this end. So let's begin. First thing you want to do is start writing the names. You're going to etch them into the side like this. Let's see if I can get a close-up. And then what you do is you continue on down the line until you've reached the end of the candle over here. Then simply turn the candle a little bit and start the next line right down the road. Alright, so I already have one that is done. So if you want to go ahead, pause the video and write your names, go for it. Once your names are done, your candle should look something like this. Of course, I have written this in Celtic, so you may not be able to read it, but that's what it looks like. Okay, you have that. Now you have your candle actually written on there. The next step is we're going to tie the ribbons on the candle. This is the little tricky part. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way for a moment. And what we want to do, let's lay the candle this direction with the wick to your right. I'm going to lay it down here and we're going to start tying the ribbon. This is my 1/8 inch black polyester ribbon, bought it at Walmart. So what we want to do is we want to start around the top, and we're going to go around the candle, tie one tie on there, and keeping it about an inch from the top. So we've tied one knot. Now we want to do two more. Two, and this is our third one. We do our third knot. Then our ribbon is around the candle. Now just simply take our scissors, trim off the excess, and there we go. Now the way we want to put these on in order to make them nice and even is we're going to go from top to bottom. Let me show you in a candle that I already have prepared. This is a candle that I already have prepared. Let me turn it the right way. There we go. So we start at 1. This is our first one. This is our second one. The middle one would be our third one. Then we want to go our fourth one, our fifth one, then put one in between every one of those. 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. That way we get them evenly spaced out across the candle, as you can see I have. Alright, once we have that, let's put that on up there for a moment. And let's start with our consecration mix. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get some sea salt, which I have here. We want about a teaspoon of sea salt. Okay, take our teaspoon of sea salt, pour it right on into our consecration mix. Next, we're going to use our olive oil. We're going to get about a teaspoon of olive oil. Now, how much water, you asked, did I put in there? About 3 ounces. Alright, so pour your olive oil in there. Then what you're going to do is you're simply going to mix this together. Mix it until the salt dissolves. This may take just a moment for that to happen, so be patient with it. Alright, so while that's dissolving, what we want to do, let's focus over here on our negative qualities that we're going to use for the negative releasing spell. Of course, as you see on the piece of paper, there's 9 negative qualities, and what we want to do is we want to come up with 9 of them to use. These can be things like anger, hostility. They can be anything that your situation specifically has with it. Now, just as I have already prepared, I have 9 here. We have anger, hostility, sleeplessness, jealousy, depression, resentment, mistrust, obsession, and ego. So that's the 9 that I'll be using for this particular spell. So we'll take our candle. Let's see, the salt looks like it's pretty much dissolved. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our right index pointer finger. I'm going to go ahead and grab the candle, and we're going to go over, start at the very top, use your right index pointer finger, and we're going to go, I consecrate this ribbon in the name of anger, and we're going to go all the way around the ribbon. We're going to go right down the line. The next one I have is hostility. So I consecrate this ribbon in the name of hostility. And just run your finger around the ribbon. Number 3, sleeplessness. I consecrate this ribbon in the name of sleeplessness. And so forth and so on until we get all 9 done. Once you're done, place your candle back up in there, and what you're going to do is you're going to have to let it dry a little bit. Okay, it's not going to be ready to perform just yet. Keep your 9 negative qualities and your candle ready, and probably you want to wait 24 hours to let that dry. Then, next video will show you how to actually perform this spell.